A 92-year-old man who was finally caught for the rape and murder of a woman nearly 60 years after it happened was today told he will die in prison. Ryland Headley was jailed for life this morning in what is thought to be Britain's oldest solved cold case. Louisa Dunne was attacked in June 1967 after Headley broke into the pensioner's home. He was in his 30s at the time. Robert Murphy is at Bristol Crown Court for us this lunchtime. Robert, some distressing details. Take us through what happened in court.
Yes, an absolutely monumental gap between crime and punishment. And today, 58 years and 3 days after he strangled and sexually assaulted Louisa Dunne, Ryland Headley was sent to prison for life for her murder. It was a crime which terrified the neighbourhood of Easton in Bristol in June 1967. The grandmother found dead in her home. A huge police investigation, nearly 20,000 men gave their fingerprints at the time. A palm print was seen as the key piece of evidence at the time. But despite their efforts, no one was found. Fast forward to 2023, and Avon and Somerset Police's cold case team reviewed the case. There had been a couple of smaller reviews in the past, but this was a deep forensic review. And there on Louisa Dunne's skirt was DNA, the killer's DNA, and that was linked to Ryland Headley, who was 92 years old, living in Ipswich at the time. And today, in jailing him, the judge described his predatory behaviour.
You broke into her home. You sexually assaulted her. In doing so, you caused her death. You may not have intended to kill, but you planned to rape her, and you brutally attacked her when you did so. You met her screams and struggles with force sufficient to kill. Diligent work by the police and forensic evidence, particularly the DNA match, definitively linked you to this crime after decades when you must have thought that you had avoided detection. The nature of these offences demonstrates a complete disregard for human life and dignity.
Well, Louisa's granddaughter gave a very moving statement in court, talking about the impact this had had on her life, the stigma of her grandmother suffering sexual assault at the time, but also the fact that they never knew who the killer was. She said it was also deeply sad that everyone who knew Louisa had since died and not known who had been responsible, and the judge sentenced Headley to life imprisonment with a minimum tariff of 20 years.
Robert Murphy, thank you very much.